This is Movies, a podcast about the act of cinema, and with me today, copying my exact style, it's Hans.
Is it a movies episode? This one? I guess it is a movie, right? I didn't see them.
Not for you.
No. I did see enough episodes to make it movie length, though, so I think it's a fair exchange,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, you do what you can. And with us, of course, is Simian, Jimmy, and Erich. How are you guys doing?
People might be wondering why Adam Johnston, Your Movie Sucks, is not here, because I said I was going to review this film with him. But the thought of the embarrassment of inviting him onto this show where Hans didn't even watch the movie, maybe I'll save my discussion with him for a 1v1 podcast. I always wanted to be alone with Adam.
Yeah.
Have you had him on your show in the past?
Yeah, I did a live stream trying to eat 100 McDonald's chicken nuggets, and he called in to encourage me, and I failed.
Wow.
Damn.
Got to like 38, I think.
38. I think I could do 50.
Well, no shit, Erich.
Yeah, let's say that that's
100 is insane.
Let's say that we're not inviting him because I didn't watch the movie, as opposed to because I wouldn't say anything but try to come up with dog puns as he talks.
Well, here's the thing. I have a genuine emotional issue here. I'm having a reaction, and I wonder if I should even do a show with him. Not because of the dog stuff, Hans, but because this film that I loved so much is completely a pastiche to my favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. And why a mess? I heard a clip of him saying that Back to the Future is like boomer nostalgia slop that isn't actually good. It's like they just recognize the iconography. And then he ended the clip saying he's never seen it.
Oh,
That's bullshit. You can't make those kinds of claims and not actually watch the thing.
And now the thought of having to review this movie with him that is just all about Back to the Future, knowing his opinion of it, I think like I had a genuine emotional response. I think I would break out into some sort of chaotic monkey rage and scream at him. So I need to like meditate before I do this podcast because I'm afraid of what I'm going to say.
You know, you think somebody who has built a career on YouTube as a film critic and has gone to TIFF and probably Sunday and all these festivals would know that you're putting yourself in the same column as the people who like pre-rate movies that they know they're going to hate half a star before watching the movie. You know, it's infantile.
What if he loved it? What if he loved this movie that's all about Back to the Future, but he doesn't think much about Back to the Future?
No, he does. He loves Nirvana, the band.
He said this is one of the best movies of the year for sure.
He has seen this in the theater 4 or 5 times.
Jesus Christ.
And he's like evangelizing it online, as everybody should be, because it's a great film.
It's a good
because
movie.
It's because they're Canadian.
We'll get into it.
Let's be real. It's because what else does Canada have going on right now when it comes to comedy? Name it. Exactly.
DC.
Comedy? Let's say art film.
Yeah.
If people don't know what the hell we're talking about, because it's the most absurd title ever, Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. This started what, Erich, in 2007 as a web show of the same name?
It has to be even earlier, I think. I
Did
think they were just doing shit with their friends.
Did they start this or did they do the Dirties first? I'm only vaguely familiar with Matt Johnson. I haven't seen all of Nirvana, the band, the show. I saw the first season. I haven't seen any of the web material, but I've been interested in seeing this film since it was promoted. And honestly, for him to go and do Blackberry, which was kind of like, all right, I'm a serious filmmaker, and then come back to what he started with, I thought was very interesting.
I think he literally did Blackberry just to fund this. It was like, what can I get as like a prestige thing to then like secure a release?
Well, he's going off and doing an Anthony Bourdain biopic now after this with Dominic Sessa and somebody else was in there, Antonio Banderas.
That is a high wire act of like, how do you do that and pull it off and make it? Yeah, good for both Anthony Bourdain people who aren't gonna take shit if it's bad. Yeah.
I don't know the exact timeline, and anybody could just look it up. I'm sure Hans is looking at it right now, but I think he did this web show with his buddy Jay Carroll first in like 2006 or 7. Yeah, Mick Carroll.
Yeah, so 2000 It took from 2010 to 2010 to come up with 11 episodes for that web series.
Okay,
And
but then
in,
it became an actual TV show, I think, on the Vice network for 2 seasons, and it ended with a
Yep.
cliffhanger that is not addressed in this film, which, you know, we'll get
In
into
any
that,
way,
I'm
it's
sure.
great.
in 2017, 2018 was that. So it was like 8 years.
Yeah, we've been waiting
for
for
the
a
web
season
series.
3 for a long time, but then they made this movie
Mm-hmm.
instead, and honestly, maybe for the best.
Well, apparently they've actually shot most of, or at least a big part of season 3, and they actually like were going to make a different movie, and I think they've decided that they're going to cut up what they had for that movie and make it into season 3. Is what I kind of heard.
Hey, if they're making more of this, that's news to me, and that's exciting. So I'm
Yeah.
all in on that for sure.
Well,
But yeah,
Hans,
he in 2011, I think he made the movie The Dirties, where Matt Johnson he plays a character named Matt Johnson who basically has his personality in every movie and TV show that he appears in.
I watched Matt and Mara or Mira. I don't know. It was some ladies' film, and he does that as well. He's playing Matt Johnson again, but Matt Johnson is a novelist in that film and a provocative novelist who put out a book in his
Dirties,
20s.
he plays a high schooler who plans a school shooting to kill all the bullies. In Operation Avalanche, he's one of the filmmakers helping fake the moon landing, but he's still just Matt Johnson. And his personality is just a guy who loves film, loves cinema, and he can't resist quoting movies constantly and making references. And that's his character in everything he's in, no matter the genre. And I really admire that. Even in Blackberry, he's doing the same shit, and that's based on a true story.
Yeah. Hans, I was going to ask you if you were aware of Matt Johnson's work while you were living in Canada, because that would have aligned around the same time, wouldn't it?
It was weird to watch the web series because a lot of the streets where they shot that, it's Queen Street, that Rivoli
You've been
club,
to the
it's like
Rivoli?
it's like a shithole. It's like a little shithole, like open mic place. So the fact that the whole bit is like how prestigious they think it is to play in this place is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, the
But
entire
yeah,
plot
it
of this
was
show and this concept is this 2-man band wants to get a show at a theater called the Rivoli. And as Hans pointed out, it is just a piece of shit that anybody can sign up to perform at. So, and they have like,
it's like
every episode's like an Ed and Eddie scheme where he's coming up with
Mhm.
a new wacky way to get them a gig. And that's the whole premise.
I
They're not
wanted to
even a
hate it.
band. Like they don't even have songs. They don't even have like any kind of performance that they would put on. They're just kind of like schemers.
They're like he
Well,
can improvise on the piano a little bit.
they get Bun Ruffians, who's an actual band from like Quebec, I think, to play on the last episode of the web series with Matt. That's his backing band. That's like an actual band that exists. It's pretty big over there. But I wanted to hate it at first because I was like, oh no, is this like that millennial reference heavy ironic humor that I've learned to hate? But then they're so committed to the bit that you can't hate it. It's so ridiculous and so over the top that it was really funny. It kind of reminded me of I don't know if you guys remember the Michael Sarah Clark Duke web series that they had early
No.
before
No,
I thought you were
Superbad.
going to talk about Hot Tub Time Machine.
No. They had a series that was called Michael and Clark something something. It was just them two, pretty much with the same bit as this. Maybe not the getting booked, but like the type of character that they're playing, right? One of them is kind of more grounded, but also ridiculous, and then you have the Michael Cera, who's like a full-on character. Um, it took me back to those days where YouTube wasn't even a thing, and then you would have to just go to a specific website to watch web series like this. I think they they uh they grabbed those 8 episodes that I believe are from 11 to 15-minute episodes from the web series, and that I think that might be the first season of the actual TV show because I watched the first 2-3
No,
episodes and it's pretty much the same.
well, I mean, like
Sorry.
there's similar ideas and there's similar things, but like the TV show is just a complete different like.
Yeah, I saw a clip
plot.
of Matt Johnson talking about how they repeated the same plot
First
points or
episode.
story premises and then just never
They just
align.
did
They're two different
jokes
timelines.
and-
Yeah.
right.
And so are we
That's as far
supposed
as my
to
knowledge.
is the movie in the timeline then of the TV show? Again, I have not watched season 2 of Nirvana the band, the show.
So season 2 ends with it's like a 2-part episode, and they're trapped on the roof of the Rivoli after a scheme kind of goes wrong, and it's the same kind of plot as the movie, where Jay, the one who's not as wacky as the other guy, Matt, the front man, he decides this isn't working out. I'm going to go off and do a solo thing, and that's how season 2 ends, with him abandoning Matt on the roof to go do a solo gig or for an interview or something.
Yeah, it's for an interview
in
to like
movie.
do jingles, I think, for a company or something.
Yeah, but this movie just copies that same plot line, kind of like how they copy the season 0 plot lines. Like it's just the same thing expanded and then resolved finally.
So they go back to 2008, so it's right in the middle of the web series.
Yeah, 2008 must have been when the original show came out. That's probably why they went back there.
You know, with the
How was
opening
that-
scene, I was just going to say real quick, with the opening scene, you know, I watched Blackberry. I've seen clips and interviews with these guys, but seeing these dudes now, like in their character aesthetic, especially Matt Johnson, I was like, holy shit, they are old. Damn, they got old.
He looks so much younger in the 2008 footage, and then you see him now, and he's like slightly bloated looking.
The
I like
fedora
that Jay
look
had a line
is
about how Matt got fat.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. Actually, that caused a riot in my theater. Hans, what were you gonna say?
No, he just looks like he's going through like a bad hangover. You know, like his eyes are, you know, they're already like tiny and like sunken in, but then wrinkles and like bloat just make it look like he just had like a rough night the
He's
night
got
before.
a unique face. Absolutely.
LowRes, can you relate to that exhaustion as a man who directed a movie that he also starred in? I imagine that's not a stress-free time in your life.
No, absolutely not. I mean, honestly, the production now is probably closer to the Dirties than this, though, I would assume. But I mean, I don't think I have like fetal alcohol bloat around my fucking face and eyes.
You weren't
Luckily.
even eating. You were surviving on energy drinks, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the best part of working on something like that is like my appetite goes away, and then during the editing process, that's when you just eat nonstop dog shit. That's when you actually bloat. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
So one of the appeals of this series is they will be filming out on the street their planned scenes, but then they're good at improvising. And if random people on the street interact with them, they will retroactively film scenes that take place before that, so that it kind of makes sense as if it was all planned from the beginning, Borat style, trying to trick you and make you think, anybody could be an actor, anybody could be real. There's no way of knowing. And I think they play with that in this movie a bit too much. And I was not convinced that anybody in this movie was a real pedestrian, especially once you have the time travel element.
Come on,
the libertarian
guy
chick
in
again?
the libertarian guy in the store. Come on,
But they had so many. When he's back in time and they have a guy who is pretending to be a pedestrian, but telling him, oh yeah, it's 2008, blah, blah. He was so genuine in his acting that I feel like all of the people were just actors.
What helps with that? What helps with that is that they have actual shots from 2008 of them walking around the streets of Toronto, and like there is other stuff around it that is kind of perpetuating that kind of trick that they're trying to pull off. But yeah, like there's bits like that where it's like clearly that this is not a guy from Mech 2008.
Hans, you haven't
was
seen
it like
it.
Bad Grandpa? That bad?
No.
Okay.
I thought Bad Grandpa was.
I didn't buy it, is what I'm saying. That anybody in the movie
There were some plants. Yeah, I mean the Indian libertarian at the hardware store or wherever the hell they were. That guy was the best one, and I don't feel convinced that he was not an actor or something. But Hans, the whole premise of this is they used footage from 2008 that I don't think they ever used for the web series or anything, and they turned it into essentially a time travel film where they were edited into this footage and dealing with their younger selves, and it's done pretty impressively. It actually looks
the scene
pretty
in their
good.
apartment is pretty fucking incredible. Like you've got the two versions of themselves interacting with each other pretty seamlessly, and apparently that was not planned. Like they did not film stuff in 2008 explicitly thinking, hey, we're gonna then film stuff later on.
No, what I heard was that they gave like 100 hours of footage from 2008 to their editing team, and then the editing team told them, this is what you can do for a storyline that we can make sense of. So if you want to go shoot stuff.
How much footage did they come through?
It's a
of
lot.
hundreds of hours to be like, what can we make of this? That's just
because
insane.
honestly, I was thinking Matt Johnson, he wants to give us the illusion that he's still this amateur filmmaker, but he's entrenched in Hollywood in all their technologies. I figured they were just using the same tech Marvel uses to de-age. I don't see why he wouldn't have access to that.
No, he would not have access to the level of technology that they have.
I think he would.
Commercial, the fucking Super Bowl commercial.
Have you seen AI? Like anybody could
screen.
probably do this shit.
But it still looks weird. Even if like he had access to that technology, you can still kind of tell there's something off about it. Like that they
But
were
a lot of the
talking to
clips,
younger versions, so,
a lot of the
like,
clips were him laying on the couch taking a nap with his face covered. It's not like you need a lot.
Yeah, but there was plenty of stuff that was face uncovered or Jay in the bed upstairs. Like, yeah, that
Come
was
on,
clearly
Mumkey.
stuff.
Matt Johnson doesn't have access to the Sri Lankans that do the Marvel special effects that get paid 5 cents an hour.
Hey, thanks to Grok, we all have access to them.
What is that Chinese AI that they created now that I keep getting ads for? They're like, oh my god, the world's going crazy. Is that it? That is just like, oh, look, it's Goku and Masaroshi fighting,
and they're both Jackie Chan.
Real. Yeah.
Can they make a movie that's entirely Jackie Chan? Like, it's every character is a Dragon Ball character just with the face of Jackie Chan.
Yes, it's every Chinese movie. Am I right, guys?
Is Rush Hour 2 Jackie Chan's best English language comedy action film? Because I'm trying to find his best one.
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, how do you define best? Because you can define best as like the action is the best, the humor is the best, the story, the whatever.
Yeah, all of it combined.
The Tuxedo's pretty good.
Is that a real movie? I haven't seen The Tuxedo.
Yes, it is.
That's with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
A high-tech tuxedo that Jackie Chan, a normal person, puts on, and suddenly he's a kung fu master. That's
an armor.
An incredible premise. Just 5-star.
Upgrade because he recognizes the tuxedo.
Because he recognizes that he's Chinese, so he's like, "Oh, Taekwondo master." You know, it adjusts to your to the fighting style of your ethnicity.
So MLH would just like cannonball into people.
Woody Allen puts it on. He's suddenly a Krav Maga master.
You know, it's a movie that doesn't get any praise at all, and it came out around the same time as Rush Hour, is Shanghai Noon with Owen Wilson.
I just watched that 2 days ago in my Jackie Chan quest.
What did you think of it? Because back in the day, I used to prefer Shanghai Noon to Rush Hour, actually.
My impression was if somebody had never seen a movie before, you could convince them Shanghai Noon is the greatest film ever made. But otherwise, it's a 2.5 out of 5.
Wow.
Now, what about Shanghai Nights, which is the sequel?
That's coming up next.
Right.
I haven't seen that.
They go to Britain, I think.
Yeah, I hate that. So
is that still Owen Wilson?
Yes. Wow, I'm Owen Wilson. Wow.
Was he using heroin at that point? Did he suddenly get skinny for Shanghai Nights?
Wow, Jackie, you broke my nose. Wow.
I'm a cowboy, Jackie. Wow. LowRes, why are you shitting on this movie? It's like
what do you mean I'm shitting on the movie? I gave it 3.5 stars.
That is beloved by everybody, and you're saying, it's not that good.
Well, I think the verdict will really come about in a couple of months when the hype of it dies down. Like every Neon release, they always have fantastic marketing. I mean, I think, listen, for comedy films, I think as long as you're funny, then it's a success. Nothing else matters. The story doesn't matter. Performances don't matter. If you get people to laugh when they show up to the theater, then it works. And people laughed. And I found this movie pretty funny. But I don't know. I didn't expect much more than what I was given here either, honestly. I just think it falls in the middle for me. I know Matt Johnson's capable of some like great filmmaking. That's not necessarily what was required here, right? But you know, for what this is, maybe I'd have a better appreciation of it if I finished Nirvana the band, the show, the whole series. I mean, Hans, how much did you wind up watching in preparation for this episode?
3 episodes of the first season and all the web series, so like 2 hours of it.
Okay.
Maybe it's the same principle as to why Hans refused to finish Edington for so long. I think if you genuinely love and enjoy something, you will be so compelled to continue watching
come
it
back to it.
that
Yeah.
nothing will stop you. The fact that either of you have not watched all of it just means it's not hitting your soul the way it hits me and Erich. And maybe this movie did not hit you because of that.
No, that's probably right. That's probably accurate. I mean, I do like Matt Johnson. I appreciate what he does, and I think his work has actually been very informal in terms of how he's dealt with or worked around copyright law. Like they have a fair use video that people are pretty familiar with at this point. I think whoever, Neon or wherever, they re-released the video from like 10 years ago of them breaking down how they use everything that they do use. And you'll see in this movie, they have like posters of The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. They've got Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5 adverts being posted around. And they've even been so explicit to use like music for movies in the past. I think you even get, do you get the Back to the Future score briefly here?
They definitely tweak it. It's definitely like, it reminds you of the Back to the Future score, but like,
well, are you sure they didn't get permission to use the actual Silvestri music? Because at one point, Matt like looks at the camera and says, if you're watching this in a theater, listen, it's a copyright nightmare. It's a miracle you're watching this at all.
That's one of the funniest moments in the movie.
I thought he got the actual sound effects available.
I think I read that they screened bits of it with the actual Silvestri score, but then when they did this theatrical showing, like released it to a bunch of theaters, Jay McCarroll rewrote a bunch of that score to be just different enough to get them through. So like you'd still get the hits of Back to the Future kind of music, but yeah, it's not exactly.
That's too bad.
Yeah, because that web series, I don't remember if the TV series does, but on the web series they play like Nintendo
web
games
series
on
and
screen.
TV series absolutely use tons of actual music.
Well,
they'll recreate shots from Jurassic Park, like image for image with the same music.
Yeah,
playing.
The banner burning while they're playing the Jurassic Park
and
theme
they get on
in
the
the first
bus,
episode of this actual series.
He watches Star Wars, like the trilogy, and scenes are shown on a TV, and
in this
and
movie
then he
they
plays,
just film Back to the Future playing on their TV for a full minute. We just watch all the highlights of Back to the Future.
He plays Super Mario Kart for like an epilogue of an episode for like 3 minutes, and he's shown on screen too. So yeah, so I guess they do know how to get away with it. But
well, I mean, it's a matter of, okay, well, fair use. You can like, it's actually very loose, very free. Like you could, for example, in Mass State Lottery, we have like a clip of Dirty Harry, and it's mostly obscured, but technically you would not have to obscure it. You know, if you really followed what copyright law entails, you could show a movie on the TV in any background of any scene, and that should be fair game as long as you're not showing the movie exactly. However,
but is there a certain amount of it?
No,
like
no.
This amount? No,
I don't believe so. No, but here's the thing: is these companies have access to high-powered lawyers. They have a hell of a lot more money, and they can fuck with you. They can just fuck with you and say, that's actually against the law, and it's not against the law. But what are you going to fight back? Do you have the money for that?
You might win after 5 years of litigation, but you need to have the lawyers on your side and have the like perseverance to just keep up with it. Otherwise, they're just going to run you through. Right.
Exactly. And so that's the real threat with anything to do with copyright or, IP law is, okay, well, they can drain you. And it doesn't matter if you're in the right legally or not, because if you don't have the wherewithal to go through with the defense and see it through, you're fucked. You're done and over. And honestly, by the time you get to that point, 5 years have passed and you're trying to put your movie out through like is anybody going to be interested? No, there's so many ways to lose if you're on that side of things.
So it really was the copyright miracle, like Matt said. I imagine you guys are all familiar with The Clock, the 24-hour movie that just steals scenes from every movie ever made where there's a clock on screen.
Yeah.
Nope.
I was wondering
how
that.
This?
No.
It's like a museum.
It's an art piece,
exhibition. Yeah. So I was wondering how the copyright worked on that, because it's just like a full minute from a movie stolen a million.
I feel like
times.
it's got to be different. Like if you're theatrically exhibiting something versus just in one place, like
it leaked online. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that. Ooh.
Yeah, I watched some of it. Yeah, it's online now.
Damn.
Where do they have it exhibited?
Stream, you just watch the entire thing.
It was pretty fucking boring, to be honest.
Was it like the ending of Babylon where you're just like, oh, cool? It's the
Anytime a clock is
story of
on,
film.
anytime a clock is on screen in a movie, they would find it so that it would match every minute of every hour. So the movie, you could, if you start the movie at midnight, the movie will be the same time that you're in the whole time. So it's very boring in some ways and very interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say that's an ambitious project, but for what end?
That sounds fun for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Should
And
we
then you're like,
review
all right,
it?
let
Should
me
we
fast
watch
forward.
Watch the clock.
Let me fast forward to 3 a.m. Oh, cool. Nothing
Yeah.
different. No, let me
Could
fast
they
forward to
pay
9 a.m.
LowRes, Hans, and Jerry to sit and react to it for 24
Oh my God. No. Well, hold on a second. Our rule with Civic TV is 3 hours and under. So that would be actually pretty nice.
episode.
We could work something out.
Just sitting here for 24 hours, have to my laptop with me to the toilet, take a shit. In the
We would all be so shiny by the 24th hour.
Yeah, just grease.
Yep.
Just grease on screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
I kind of look at Matt Johnson as, I guess and maybe I make this connection specifically because when I was first made aware of the Dirties, it was a Kevin Smith produced, like retroactively, right? Because he released it or something. I kind of look at him as like, all right, well, if we have a Kevin Smith who's like the right balance of, fandom and leaning into like pop culture and entertainment and geeky shit versus, I'm using this word, people don't get it if you weren't, around in the 90s, prestige. They called him the next Steven Spielberg on the cover of a magazine one time, Kevin Smith. I feel like Matt Johnson meets that quota. Yeah, him and M. Night. Sorry, the next Scorsese, not Spielberg. The next Scorsese.
I see. That's insane.
That's
just so insane.
That's probably a worse comparison. Spielberg. I guess Spielberg makes more visually appealing films.
Shyamalan to Spielberg makes a bit more sense than Kevin Smith to Scorsese.
Yeah. Well, they curse on screen, so I guess that's
their first movies were black and white.
Yep.
That's about it. That's about where it ends.
I was gonna say the kinds of movies that Kevin Smith makes is just not in
They
line.
say fuck. They say fuck on screen. That's it.
Mhm.
The girls
What
are
was
whores.
the point you were building up to about Matt Johnson with this?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think Matt Johnson is like this generation's Kevin Smith.
Fuck you. No.
Well, Kevin Smith has made better films than Matt Johnson, so that's not a fuck you. That should be a compliment.
So. Have you seen Operation Avalanche? I think it has one of the best car chases at the end in any movie ever made.
That's actually the movie of his I have not watched.
Okay, that's a good movie.
So, I've seen less than half of his filmography, but he's exactly like Kevin Smith.
Well, I've seen the Dirties. Less than half. The Dirties, Blackberry, and this one. That's 3/4. That's a well-informed opinion.
The
I would say.
3 seasons of the show count as well, and you barely watched them.
Okay, we got 3 movies in 1 season of the show. That's majority.
What do you think is similar to Kevin Smith?
Well, like I said, I think it's the utility of pop culture's like subject matter and the geeky nature of entertainment mixed with actually accomplishing like a well put together film. And I'm clearly speaking more towards Kevin Smith of the 90s and Kevin Smith post Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I think the way Johnson uses the pop culture stuff in his movies is much more interesting than
I'll agree with that. But
because Kevin Smith is often just putting characters like lines or ideas within that pop culture.
But for 1994, that was not the standard back then. And so that felt new and fresh during that time that you had 2 characters talking about Star Wars in a movie for 6 minutes. What Matt Johnson is doing, I'll 100% agree with you there, is much more interesting and inventive. But it kind of has to be, because otherwise, what's the point?
I think
you're just doing the same shit as Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I'm offended by your comparison because of the trajectory of Kevin Smith's career where it dramatically falls off and he starts making dog shit movies. And Matt, his future, he's making the Anthony Bourdain movie. I don't care about that. I heard Anthony Bourdain hated white people. I'm glad he killed himself. But he's doing after that a Magic the Gathering movie.
Magic the Gathering, that's gonna be insane.
He has all these like big budget Hollywood studio movies that he's about to have under his belt. What did Kevin Smith do? Fucking Cop Out, and then he got embarrassed and quit. Come on now.
He didn't quit. He went off and made one of his better movies, Red State. And then he
Red
made
State,
he made
Walrus or-
Tusk.
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 Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a
bunch of boring
masterpiece.
dog shit.
Tusk is
Garbage
not
Wizards.
boring. Are
2,
you out of your mind? Fucking
Clerks
Tusk is not
3.
boring. Clerks 3 is underrated. I maintain that.
Okay.
Red's-
I've never seen Clerks
Red's-
3. I saw Clerks 2.
Red State is cringe and Clerks 3 is
Well,
horse
Red
Go,
State
go,
has
go.
retroactively become like Amazing Atheist the movie, you know.
Yeah.
But back then it was like, oh, this is different. But that's 2006 or 7 mentality.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
which
feel
Matt
like,
Johnson movie do you think is going to age poorly? The school shooter one, the fake the moon landing one? Like he's making different genres of Kino every time.
I don't think they're going to age poorly. I think
So he's not Kevin Smith.
no,
He's
Kevin
not
Smith's
making
movies
his
haven't
Reddit
haven't
atheist
really.
Street movie.
Well, we don't know what the culture is going to be like in the next 10 years, where it could age them poorly. I don't think it will, but I also don't think that Kevin Smith's 90s run has aged poorly either. I think you can watch Clerks and Chasing Amy, and they're still pretty spectacular.
I think that as Kevin Smith kind of like settled into a more studio kind of like backed persona, it became less special.
Mhm.
And his kind of his area, his arena is in smaller, more like dialogue driven stuff.
What I'll say with Matt Johnson here, and the difference is clearly that he is willing to reach out beyond whatever his fandom is, and that was Kevin Smith's fatal flaws. He got comfortable with his base, and now you'll see comments he makes on his podcast within like the last 5 years, like, nobody young is showing up to my events anymore. I don't know why the base isn't growing. It's like, well, yeah, you
Why do you
made
think?
movies for like teenagers in the 90s, and now they're 50 years old like you are, and you haven't tried anything different. So Matt Johnson doing an Anthony Bourdain biopic, I think, is awesome. I'm very excited about that.
Is he playing Anthony Bourdain?
That would be hilarious.
No, Dominic Sessa.
No, he's playing Emeril Lagasse.
Holdover.
With that energy, just
Yeah.
weird.
And Matt Johnson, I got to talk him up a little bit. He's producing a friend of ours movie in the next couple of years. So
Nice.
more on that later. Hans, I told you about. What are you making that face for? I told you
Oh,
about this before.
Horrible.
Hans is
memory.
such a good actor.
It's like a friend. Define friend.
Well,
no,
you're
I honestly-
you're in a little.
I don't even.
No,
I honestly don't even remember who it was. So
that's all right.
I'll wait.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
okay.
I would put the worst Matt Johnson movie against the best Kevin Smith.
That's
movie.
crazy.
I think
That's
they-
that's your youth speaking.
What's his
monkey.
worst movie then?
What do you think is Kevin Smith's best move?
Kevin Smith's best movie is Chasing
The lowest
Amy.
score I've given Matt Johnson's work is a 9 out of 10. So what are you going to compare it to?
I think his worst movie is probably The Dirties, right? But
That's a 5-star film.
what, 5 out of 10?
What other movie is from the point of view of the school shooter and he's
Damn.
empathetic and hilarious? It's a very unique and funny
Empathetic and
fun film.
hilarious? That's a tall order. What do you like? That's not a genre. That's that movie.
Yeah, what other movie has a main character is a school shooter who is empathetic to the audience and hilarious?
Well, that's the only movie. But that's
Yeah,
that's not necessarily.
my fucking
that's not a
point,
guarantee. That's not a slam
motherfucker.
dunk.
It's unique.
It's unique. Unique does not translate to great.
That's one of the qualifications for Kino is it's something I've never seen before.
Well,
You just want to watch the same shit over and over again? Kevin Smith movies make the same dog shit movie for the 20th
well,
time?
Kevin Smith has also had the advantage of working for 30 years previous Matt Johnson. So it's not really fair to say, okay, well, he's made 20 films. Matt Johnson's made 4 films.
Didn't Kevin Smith produce The Crazies?
The Dirties. Yeah, he helped
The
distribution with it, I
Dirties.
believe.
He's
'Cause that-
also in the
yeah.
show. There's an episode where they go to Sundance, and Kevin Smith is in the episode of.
'Cause that was
I
my-
think he was just there anyway, and they were just filming stuff because Matt, he's doing interviews as himself, but then they put it in the show as if he's playing his character. He's like doing a double layer there.
My introduction to Matt Johnson was him going on Smodcast back in the day, back in like whenever the Dirties first came out, because I think Kevin Smith was trying to like groom young filmmakers and put them out through whatever his line, Smodcastle Films, which didn't work.
How did that work out?
I think that was the only one. That was at least the only success.
I'm glad I can yell at LowRes so I don't have to scream at YMS when I podcast with him. I can get it out of my system now with a friend.
Well, I mean, his take is a little over the moon about this, where he's saying it's like the best theatrical experience of the year and shit like that, right?
A film that owes everything to a movie he refuses to watch because he thinks it's boomer nostalgia slop. Fuck you, dude.
I mean, but do we know what he was like sitting on, eating, sitting on to enjoy the movie more than a regular movie? Getting his gay. Do you guys get it? He's sitting on something.
Now, can you explain it a little more?
Yeah, his asshole was swallowing something in the middle of the movie, so he made the movie a more pleasant experience that you wouldn't get at home.
I thought the
'cause you
anus
get
was
the.
exit only.
Well, ask him that.
Yeah, I'll write that down for the interview. Whatever happened to anuses being exit only? Let's talk about this. Erich?
How
How often does something go into your butt?
What is it? What's the shit that you put up your butt?
When you're groundhogging?
Hans, are you old enough now to have to
Finger?
get a finger up your ass from the doctor for a prostate check?
Not yet. No, not yet, but it's
He
coming.
just volunteers anyway.
You're coming.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
I don't need this yet, but
no,
can you
I'm
check
just-
anyway, Doc?
I don't need it yet, but I'm just in training every day.
For your next interview with YMS, you want to be ready?
I really wish he did come on here. I would have loved to sit and talk and have it out with Adam and see if he even remembered Hans wearing a 3-piece suit to defend. I made him defend. Hans was not doing it of his own volition. I said, Hans, you're going to be his public defender today. Back in 2017 on a late night stream. I had no idea that he was even like following my channel or my X account because he messaged me because I eventually took it down. He was like, so why'd you take down the video? I was like, whoa. And also, it was like a year later. So it was like, why are you keeping track of that?
I think he's very approachable and he'll respond, as far as I can tell, to anybody who can send a DM to him. So if you invited him, I'm sure he'd come on.
Right? We just DM him right now.
He found out about me because I made a video saying he fucks dogs, and I was convinced he actually physically fucked them himself, and I spread that to my audience, and then he had to defend himself, and now he considers me a friend. Okay, if he'll be nice to me after I treated him that way, surely he'll be on your
Monkey,
podcast.
isn't that how you make friends with everyone, is you accuse them of fucking dogs?
Piss them off and then
they
say
eventually
sorry?
come around. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you get past the fact that he fucked the dog?
Well, he said he didn't do it.
He said the dog deserved it.
He wrote a book called If I Did It.
If I
I mean, to be fair, Hans, do dogs consent with each other? Why should I be any different? That's
Yeah,
what they say.
I like the idea of that you're being held to the
That's
same
what they
standard as a
say.
dog. They?
That's what they
Yeah, exactly.
say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. A dog shits in the living room. Why wouldn't I? The same.
My cat shits in the kitchen in a box right next to the stove so I could have all the fumes go into my food when I'm cooking.
Right.
All the dust could bellow on up.
So what was your favorite part of the movie?
When he yelled Obama, that got me good. Whole theater cracked up at that one. No, you didn't think it was emotional at the end when Matt chooses to electrocute himself to death to give his friend a second chance.
I thought it was funny, actually. I thought it was.
And then Jay decides, no, I'm not gonna have my second chance at worldwide stardom and fame. I'm gonna go back and be friends with Matt. And that's all I need in a fucking
yeah,
storyline.
Hans. Again, you haven't seen the movie. So what happens is they go back to the present, or almost, and because Matt Johnson is like upset that he finds out that Jay McCarroll is gonna like flake off, he changes one thing in the past of 2008. They go to the future. Jay McCarroll is a worldwide sensation from like one song he did or something, and is much more successful. Matt Johnson's in Jay McCarroll cover band with 3 random sweaty guys. And
I love the scene when he's trying to get the guys to admit that they're faking it, and he's like, I get a troika of me, 3 guys who are exactly like I would be.
Yeah, and I guess there's an Asian part of me that might be my sensitivity.
Yeah,
What are you fucking talking about?
it's great.
What happens in that present is then that Jay McCarroll shoots and kills a guy by mistake with like a golden gun or whatever that's on the tour bus. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that moment. That was very funny.
I was shocked when he shot the guy.
Yeah.
The golden eyes gun from
It's a golden
James
gun.
Bond?
He thought it was like a video game or like a dart gun for toys that he blows the dude's head off, and it's very explicitly bloody all over the screen.
Mhm. So then he's trying to go back to the past before he committed the murder. Of course, like playing along that they're going to go back to 2008 and correct it. But then he's really actually interested in going back 2 days to keep
Save
this
his own
this
kid.
life.
Yeah.
Are you
So
glad you got all that explained to you, Hans?
now you don't need to watch the movie, Hans.
I mean, I would say that I think when the movie gets so invested in the plot of it, I think it drags a little bit. And so even though I'm like totally sold by it, totally along for the ride, when it really is just like him running away from the police and it just gets so into its own plot that I like when it's a bit more jokey and a bit more them
No,
interfacing with the
even
public.
that stuff was hilarious. Like every movement these guys make is funny. Every line
Mhm.
delivery, even expositionally, cracks me up. I would watch these guys for hours on end if I could. Jay like peeking out at the murder investigation and running away. You thought that was too plotty?
That was good. That was
My
good.
audience
But like
was cracking
that's like
up.
20 minutes of the movie. So yeah.
I'd say the one moment that had me thinking, oh, is the whole movie going to be this? Is when they travel to 2008, but they don't know it yet. But there's a bunch of signs or hints. And one of them is there's a magazine with Bill Cosby on the front cover.
Oh
One
yeah.
of them's Jared on the back.
And
of
then
it.
on the back of the bus, there's an advertisement for Subway with pedophile
Uh-huh.
Jared. And then they go to watch the Hangover movie and they say paging Dr. Faggot. And I was like, oh my God, is the rest of the movie going to be saying 2008 didn't age well? Like, oh my fucking God. But thankfully, it was a three-peat. You know, he did all those jokes right there real quick and then got on to something else. And they were funny. The 3 jokes that he picked were funny too. I was just hoping he didn't continue that for the rest of the movie.
I think they stayed in 2008 for like the right amount of time. I saw some people in their reviews were hoping that that was going to be the entire movie,
Mhm.
and that would have overstayed its welcome, in my opinion. And there's only probably so much you could do with that footage. But yeah, no, I mean, if there was one part of the movie that dragged, I mean, to echo Erich, I think it was the extension cord bit of the very end and them going through that. Like you could have shaved off 10 minutes, and this is pretty long for a comedy. I feel like this is close to, what was it, almost 2 hours. Yeah.
it's-
What? This was like
40
90
minutes,
minutes,
maybe.
I thought. Really?
It's probably an hour 45, if I had to guess.
I thought it was extremely short.
So yeah, I mean, I think it worked. I think it's a fine film. I think it's a good comedy. It's not Kevin Smith, but
It's better
it
than
is.
Kevin Smith.
It's hard to tell for me, like how much of with the extension cord running around Toronto, like where was it attached to? Because it was clear that it was attached to something
Mm.
in real life. I mean, I know that in the movies world, it's attached to the top of the CN Tower in Toronto, but I don't think they actually attached anything to the top of the CN Tower. And then, like, there's no way that stays that way if you're really running
Yeah.
around.
No, I thought it was funny that it was immediately loose when he attached it on, and then we're going along with it. Oh, that it stayed attached the entire way through.
Yeah.
Now, do you think YMS understood that this was a shot-for-shot remake of fucking Back to the Future when Doc Brown has to reconnect the wire, or did he think this was all unique?
Of course, he probably
the
thought
thing.
it was unique. You know what you
Some
should
of-
do is you should get him on and then show him these clips from the movie
Mhm.
and just play them for him and see how he responds to it. See if it changes anything at all.
I
Oh,
guess
that,
it speaks
that
well
movie
of the
came out
movie that
before
it
1990,
works.
bro. I'm not watching that.
I guess it speaks well of the movie that it works even if you haven't seen Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But like, what is that stuff playing for him if you haven't seen Back to the Future? You don't know what it's like referencing. You don't know what it's like, yeah, parodying. That's wild. I can't imagine that.
Back to the Future lovers stay winning. Even Avengers Endgame could not resist saying this is exactly like Back to the Future.
Mhm.
What do you think of Back to the Future 3? Because I hate that movie.
I don't hate it. I'd say it's a solid 4 out of 5.
Are they
Never seen
all
Back to the Future
minimum
3. I've
4?
only seen the first 2.
The first two, Back to the Future 2 is probably my actual favorite movie, but the first two are 6 out of 5s for me. And then, yeah, the Old West setting, that gets a little boring.
2 is so bombastic and fun. The third one falls into the same category for me as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, where it's like,
Come on, I love that movie.
Yeah, that movie's boring as shit.
I'm the only person who loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
I hated
They
that
get back
movie.
to
I hated that the
Japan.
villain was just some white guy in a hat in ancient China. That or Japan. That shit sucks.
The only film title that has the word turtles in it twice.
It's actually not Turtles in Time. That's the video game. It's Turtles in Time.
That's the game. Yeah.
But then they retroactively put out a
Did they?
DVD with that title.
Oh my god. Okay, that's why people think that. Okay.
Yeah. Hans, would you rather watch Back to the Future 3 or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3?
I don't think I've seen either of them as an adult, which is weird to say because I
Good.
did enjoy both of them as a kid. I just don't think I've seen them as an adult. So either, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I'm just trying to
Well,
help
yeah.
you stay engaged in the conversation as having not seen the film here.
Yeah.
Why'd you
Yeah,
invite
'cause I'm
Hans
just
on if
over
he
here.
hasn't seen it?
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
come on. I would be shocked and appalled if Hans actually watched the movie. I think every time I've been on, Hans has not actually watched the movie. And at this point, it's endearing to me. I would be so upset at your character growth if you actually watched the movie, Hans.
Well, Hans,
No,
how
you guys
about
always
this?
watch, like, new. Yeah, go ahead.
You actually, because this was out of your control this time.
Yeah,
Where
that one was impossible. Like that's not even in our theater here. Like that's not even a thing
Yeah,
here. Like you say
Neon-
Nirvana, they're like, oh, Kurt Cobain's whatever. No, like
no,
one would
Neon
even know.
disregards Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a little while. I mean, you couldn't even get Marty Supreme out there, right? So
It's out now.
he
but-
couldn't get
but
the
it's
attention
also
span to
digitally.
finish Edington either.
well,
Yeah,
A24
did.
Neon. He just hated it.
He just didn't like it. Yeah.
He said
Um,
Hans said he thought Eddington was making fun of him. What does that mean?
No, I said, did I
He
say
said that
I
word
don't
for
even
word.
fucking
It's making
remember.
fun of me. Like, what do you mean?
I thought it was making fun of the audience. Is that what I said? I don't know. I remember I
No,
read a
you
couple of comments.
specifically.
Making fun of me.
Did
You
I?
said he
I
was
don't
making
remember.
fun of you.
I read a couple of comments and I was like, oh, did I say that? I was like, I don't remember.
Like, what the
saying
fuck
that.
is he talking about? The
I
movie.
did tell
Like-
LowRes that I was going to watch it like straight from beginning to end though, so I can have like a proper review. But
Do you think
that,
Joe Cross
you know,
is being made fun of as the main character? Do you think the whole movie was shitting on him and saying this guy's bad?
no,
Well, then how's he making fun of you?
I don't remember what I said.
Did you see
when
Pedro
putting it
Pascal
over.
as your surrogate?
Oh yeah, every time I watch anything, you know, that's
He's
the
a
Latino.
pussy man who
That's
plays
the-
Katy Perry and slaps other
Yeah.
dudes in the face.
That's the you know, the autistic guy. That's always hard.
When Hans saw him turn off the firework, he was like, "No, turn it back on."
And he did turn it back on. One thing that's not acknowledged is the name Nirvana, the band. If you're brand new to this, the movie does not explain. And it's just a strange concept. The name of their band is Nirvana, the band. Does it need any further explanation of? So there's a band called Nirvana, folks, with Kurt Cobain. He was murdered by some bitch, is recently revealed in the news is actually homicide. Is this why they think they can't get a gig? Because their name is redundant to a more famous band? Like, why? I don't understand the premise of the name.
They have a joke in the show where they say, our band name is already taken. Somebody already has the same name as us, and they're not talking about Nirvana. They're talking about the name, the band.
Yeah, Nirvana, the band is the full band name. Yeah, but in the movie, that's never acknowledged. So
yeah, but
people watching this will be like, "Why is this called that?"
They go and visit someone who lives in Canada who was part of the band, and they get the rights for the name of the band from them.
Well, it's because they're making movies for their fans, right? They're not making movies for everyone. So it's like if you
Kevin
know what this
Smith.
is, you'll go see it. And you're like, oh, I know this thing. As opposed to Kevin Smith, who's making movies for everyone, like Jay and Silent Bob, the animated cartoon, or
Hans,
Jay and Silent Bob 3,
I
or
think we're
Jay and
going too
Silent
far with
Bob
this. I think the
Get
name is the
High.
one way that it's just for the fans, and otherwise, this film is accessible by anybody to watch. It's not just for the
Yeah,
fans.
it's like Kevin Smith. You know, what has Kevin Smith done lately? Clerks 3, Jay and Silent Bob 2, Mallrats 2, you know,
Yeah,
all
if we get
new
the
things
Dirties
that are
too,
not.
then I'll admit that LowRes
He
was right
goes
all
back to the
along.
school.
Yeah, to shoot him again.
He's getting out of jail after. Boy, does he survive or does he kill himself in that
Well,
movie?
LowRes, you said the Dirties is his worst film, so let's see if you even remember how it ended, since you have such a strong opinion on it. How does the Dirties end, LowRes?
There's two
Does he
endings.
survive or does he kill himself?
I thought. I mean, I think it's vague, isn't it?
There's two endings, if I remember correctly. The unofficial one, which is where he survives, and then the real one where he shoots himself in the head. Am I right?
Is
It
that
ends with
right?
him talking to Owen, and then it just cuts to black, and we don't
Yeah,
find out
that's what I.
happened.
Yeah, that seemed. So I was
So you
right.
passed the test.
I remembered it just kind of fizzling out, just like okay, but
Well, the purpose of art is not to tell you what to think, but to give you something to think about. And that's maybe why you didn't understand it.
oh, that's so
Like
true.
Hans, he needs Edington to tell him what to think, other than to think about the film. I'm
Well,
really making enemies
that
today.
was one of my favorite comments that were like, you just don't understand how deep this movie is. And I'm just like, go fuck yourself,
Well,
you
I think it is true that you
lefty
don't understand.
fucking piece of shit. It's not difficult to understand. It was just boring. I just was not into it. Oh my God, we're making fun of COVID. Oh my God, it's so deep because this guy is a fucking white Jew. Oh, that's so much fun.
So the scene that you complained about when they're having a boring dinner scene and random people show up, since you understand it so well, tell me what those people were up to.
I
are we playing?
literally just
Hold on,
told you
is this
10
what the
minutes
podcast
ago
is
that
going to
I
be?
don't.
Is going to be explaining this scene to make sure you understand the
Yeah.
movie?
I think it's
It's
pretty
like
important that people can back up their opinions by proving they've actually seen the thing.
Okay, well, I think it doesn't really matter if I like the movie or not, so I don't have to prove to anyone if I watched it or if I like it or
Okay.
if I didn't. I did say I will watch it again though, so maybe we'll bring you back to that episode when we talk about it again, and I'll have more of a defense than
I think it's hard
seeing
to
it.
argue. I understood the movie perfectly well. I just don't know what that scene was about.
Well, I saw it 2 months in between, so half of the movie I don't even remember half of it. So like, yeah, we
So
can come
maybe you
back
didn't
and
understand it if you don't know
yeah,
what
maybe I
it's
just
about.
Glory.
Hans watched it like a television miniseries.
Part 1 of Edington.
yeah. I just didn't know that there were so many people that were sucking that movie so much off that I couldn't say anything
I've seen
negative.
nothing
It's
but
like,
hatred against that film.
it's
Yeah, I
like,
saw a lot.
really? I couldn't say anything negative about it because then it's just like you're retarded. You don't get it. And it's like I
Well,
can't
there's
disagree
three
with your
tiers.
take.
There's 3 tiers of the Eddington criticism. There's the Rotten Tomatoes approved critics did not respond to it. The online critics kind of did, which would be like our tier of things. And now the third tier is the Hans tier, which comes right back around and goes, actually, this movie's a piece of shit.
Well,
I think we can all
the
agree
only thing I
the most
remember,
important one is the Hans tier.
the only thing I remember is that it was the one that I did enjoy the least, our Aster movie. That's like the one thing I remember. But
I mean,
that's it.
history may vindicate you. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's the thing about film, and especially modern film, is you don't really know where a movie's going to land until about a year or year and a half after it comes out. With Midsommar, for example, I feel like I was very high on that when that was initially released. And then all it took was me watching the director's cut and then the theatrical cut again to completely be turned against it. Right. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a possibility that whatever you saw, regardless of however you watch the movie, is going to be something that winds up being the through line later on. But maybe not. Maybe you didn't give yourself the experience you needed for it. The through line of
the film is the building of the data center, which is the future that we all in America are facing, and that all of the COVID politics were a smokescreen intentionally forced on the public by the elite so that we would be distracted with political dumb bullshit while they're destroying everything, building these data centers and absorbing all the water and money. That's all you need to know. The movie can't age poorly unless AI stops being part of society.
Well, it's a good thing that's not happening in real life, right? It's a good thing. That's not a thing. This is drying up every
It's a good
river
thing
and ocean.
storage costs for PCs are not fucking skyrocketing and nobody can fucking build anything anymore.
Erich, I feel like I fought those two, and I'm still aggro. So, is there anything we should argue about?
Yeah, I'll find something because like I don't care for Back to the Future a whole lot. I think it's all right.
Fuck?
It's fine. It's
What do you
fine.
mean? Are you kidding?
I just never grew up watching it. I watched it and I was like, yeah, that's all right.
What about Back to the Future 2?
I think it's all right.
And you said you haven't seen the third one?
I've never seen 3. Maybe
That's
3 will be
fine.
the one that I'm like, oh, this one I get.
But number 2 ends with my favorite cliffhanger in film history, and you're like, yeah, I don't need to see how this resolves. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't like the Old West. Why should I give a shit if they went to the Old West?
There's a solid 20 minutes before the Old West that resolves the whole Doc from Back to the Future 1 thinks he just sent Marty back, and then Marty comes running around the corner. That's a great ending to number 2. You didn't want to see what happened next?
Doc is very irresponsible as a character. He was funding those Libyans or something. That's not.
He gave them old pinball machine parts. There's no danger.
But also after watching Rick and Morty, which is obviously the better version of this, is it really worth watching Back to the Future?
You know what? Hans is right. I'm never watching the trilogy again. Let's go. Pickle Rick!
How close are we to getting Back to the Future 4 with an AI standing Michael J. Fox?
Right.
C-Dance is working on it right now.
What they should do is scan him currently and like put all of the information in for him currently, so it's young Michael J. Fox shaking like a fucking like Parkinson's person, and
he retroactively had it back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Can I get all of Family Ties? Like, what's his show? But Spin City is the one I actually watched. Did you ever watch that, LowRes?
No. I've seen reruns of it here and there, and also I got re-familiar with it through the Charlie Sheen document because they threw him in as the replacement, right?
Yes.
Which is just like the most opposite direction you could go in for a lead.
Yeah, I guess I should say I watched all of Michael J. Fox's seasons, and then I watched 3 episodes of Charlie Sheen and said nope, and I skipped to, I think the finale, Michael J. Fox might come back, or some episode he did, so I watched just his.
They should have done that with Roseanne after they killed her off.
Is the Connors over?
No, I mean put Charlie Sheen on the Connors. That could have been
so
good.
He's doing the Ashton Kutcher.
The reverse Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, 2.5 Men, yeah.
Instead of getting cucked out of his sitcom deal, he's doing the cucking.
Erich, did I convince you that Back to the Future is the best movie ever? No. Hans, did I convince you Edington is good? No.
I have to rewatch it.
Did I convince you Nirvana the band's a 5-star movie?
No.
No, it's just complete failure on my end today.
Is it better than what is that? What's that other Kevin Smith Flyboy? No, what's that?
Flyboy. That's a James Franco pilot 1940s movie, Hans.
What am I thinking? What's that Star
Fanboys?
Wars movie?
That's not Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
that's not Kevin Smith. That's Jay Baruchel, who's Canadian. Like
but
Matt
I thought
Johnson.
Kevin Smith produced that one, like the Crazies, didn't he?
You keep calling it the Crazies. That's George Romero.
Whatever, you know what
Requiem
I mean.
of the Crazies. It's a Rusty Cage.
The Dummies. What's it called?
The Dummies.
Dumbasses.
The Stupids with Tom Arnold.
Yeah, because I thought that one was also Kevin Smith produced because he had like something to do with Star Wars.
It might have been. I don't know. He had some power back in 2010. Let me see.
I know that he produced what's that show with the devil that I always bring up?
Lucifer.
That I can't think of right now. No. Okay.
No?
I have one
Wait,
season.
what? Kevin Smith produced that? I don't believe you.
He directed the first episode too.
Okay.
Reaper. The show that stars the guy from.
That makes sense. That makes more sense.
The show stars the guy from Twin Peaks. What's his name?
Ray Weiss.
Ray Winston. Yeah.
Okay, how about this? No, Hans, you were wrong. It was not produced by Kevin Smith. It was produced by Kevin Spacey. Fanboys.
Oh. I would argue the superior Kevin.
That's really strange.
Who has a better filmography, LowRes? Be fucking honest. It's no question.
Who has the better filmography past 2015 is my question.
No, complete lifetime. Come on now. Even past 2015, yeah, I guess it's rough.
What? Hold on. What are the options? Are we doing? Are we
than
doing
the
Kevin Smith, Matt Johnson, and Kevin Spacey? What are we doing?
Smith v.
Kevin
Spacey, Dawn of Justice.
Spacey, yeah.
I mean, see,
100%.
obviously it's Spacey. Give me Peter 5'8". Nobody see that joke doesn't work because nobody even heard of that movie. That was his big comeback movie just a
I
year
was gonna
ago.
try to make a Spacey Jam joke, like a Space Jam, but that wasn't gonna work either.
Holy shit, his name is not even really Kevin Spacey. It's Kevin Spacey Fowler. There's so many Kevin Spacey secrets unleashed today.
Try to get back into the industry.
When they Google him, it won't pop up.
It was K-Pax, a Kevin Spacey movie.
That's Kevin Smith. Yeah. We should do a K-Pax episode.
After the clock.
God. I couldn't even find that. I tried looking for it. I couldn't find it.
Did you just type the clock into Google?
No, it's hard to find. But
you have to go. There's a Patreon where you can pay to get it, I guess. But
yeah, there's a free version. I could send it to you, maybe. But
it's all
LowRes,
public domain
did we
films.
agree our next YouTuber movie we review is Airplane Mode?
Oh, is that the Jake Paul movie?
It's one of the Pauls.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you.
Now, I do have text messages of you agreeing to do it, but I was trying to be friendly and ask you on the show if you remembered that you said yes.
I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure I did say yeah. I'm an agreeable guy.
Is Nirvana the band a better movie than Iron Lung?
It has to be.
It's neck and neck, right?
I think he's trying to piss me off with his question. Or
I didn't see it. I'm just asking because this is the last two movies that we've talked about.
You want me to break my computer screen right now?
Is this a YouTuber movie?
I'm just asking. I don't know.
What was the question?
Is this a YouTuber movie? Does this count?
Oh yeah, yeah. Was the web series ever on YouTube? Would this qualify?
They had their own website.
All right.
No, but Airplane Mode does count as a YouTuber movie, which I think we all agreed we wanted to watch next time.
Isn't that Red though? YouTube Red, would that qualify? Is this premium?
Yeah, I think it. I mean, we're kind of low on YouTuber movies before we really start getting into like critical, not even critical drinker, fucking nostalgia critic buddies territory. So if we can stave that off, I'm okay with that.
His friends,
what's his name? Brad something and Linkara. You know, before we go back there, I think the Jake Paul movies would still be okay. We can breathe in that terrain.
Isn't there like an end of the world one too with one of them brothers?
That sounds familiar. I think you're right. Do you want to see Erich acting in my YouTuber movie, Monkey Jones Stops the School Shooting? I think Erich is third billed in that film.
I was going to say the reception seems rather icy to that.
It's only 20 minutes, boys. It's a better suggestion than Airplane Mode, but Hans says he wants Airplane Mode.
Hans, I'll let you make the decision on that. You can...
Hold on, I'm looking for that.
Does Hans want the opportunity to watch something I made and shit on it? Let's think about that. Evidently not.
Never.
I'd rather watch Edington again. Raves Hans.
Why would I want to shit on anyone? I'm a nice person. What's his name? George Paul? No, Paul.
George Paul. That's my favorite YouTuber, George Paul.
It's Logan Paul, and what's the other? Jake Paul. That's who it is.
He's just listing all his favorite Beatles.
Logan is not on that. What is it called? Like the Awake.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulty.
He just forgot to continue his sentence. What are we waiting for? I think we all agreed we're doing Airplane Mode next. Erich wants to plug his Letterboxd, Easy AR, something like that.
Yeah.
Hans is going to plug nothing
on Letterboxd.
Go check out the LowRes
plug his microphone
YouTube
in.
Channel, folks.
Yes. Patreon.com/LowRes if you'd like to commission an episode of this program for Hans and I to watch. And we also have a very special Kenny tier for $151. We get Kenny in on the mix. We have an episode we got to record tomorrow on have you guys ever heard of this film, Melancholy Durangle?
No.
Great. It's a weird German movie. Hans, you did a little bit of research on it. Did you watch it yet?
Watch 20 minutes of it. It's like a weird rape German movie.
Perfect.
Did you say this was a penny tier purchase?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
No.
I've been enjoying these.
Yes.
Honestly, the first one was a success. He came well versed with notes on Last Tango in Paris. He could relate to Marlon Brando's older man character. You know, maybe this one, we'll see.
Now, I
Yeah,
don't
he
want to
could- he-
complain. I
he-
do have a question though. As an audio only listener, the episodes you've been doing recently where you watch the movie and talk over it, there's a lot of empty sound. So
Yeah.
maybe it's better with the visual, but you guys got to fill in all the dead air.
The Civic TV episodes, yes, are not ideal for audio. And it's a little difficult because when we do the video of that, it's not like we can just put it up anywhere. For example, there is a Spotify feed where people can go and watch it, but episodes get taken down willy-nilly. You know, there's a very fickle system where like you can use music tracks on your audio podcast and they don't care at all. But if you do it for a video podcast, you're going to get that taken down right away. And that was the case with Dragon Ball Evolution. Like they didn't care that we put the movie up. It was actually like some track in the movie that signaled the copyright filter, and then they pulled it down.
That is so funny that they do not care about female evolution in the movie.
So we did that. We did Dragon Ball, Fight Son Goku, Win Son Goku, which was like fantastic. And people should just go watch that movie separate of our commentary on it. And then we did one episode recently where we were doing Andy Worski's Dark Side Phil parody film. And that was a miserable experience. That was from your pal Corgi. Yeah, Corgi sponsored that episode.
Homeboy Corgi. Did you say he was like leaking my stuff in your Discord?
Oh yeah, Corgi's a shit stirrer. Corgi absolutely loves to rattle the beehive. He likes to leak episodes. He likes to pirate episodes. Like you're pirating these shows. Is there really?
I can't be mad because he keeps giving me hundreds of dollars all the time. So
well, he's given us
doing business.
One sponsorship so far, so I'll be mad at him for all of us here.
When it was Warski.
And it was the fucking Warski movie.
This was supposed to be a Halloween movie, I believe.
Yeah, this was a Halloween tier pick. He gave us Christmas, Warski, Dark Side Phil.
So you guys don't even know 4 months to do this?
Well, we're not even familiar with Dark Side Phil that much. So like most of the jokes were just kind of like, oh, is that really who we don't know? So like we don't get it. So it's a lot of just like, okay.
Let me guess, his wife is fat. She keeps eating all the DoorDash food.
Yeah.
He's snorting like a pig.
You've seen it.
Yep.
I've seen him.
That's essentially it.
Memes.
That's it. Exactly what you summed up. But there's like a lot of sexual additions, like Dark Side Phil sucking on a thing, and then Dark Side Phil sucking on another thing. He
likes jerking off, but I don't know about sucking on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it was clutch to have Jerry present for the episode for Civic, because he knew a little bit of the lore. He knew that he had jerked off on cam or something unknowingly, so that helped fill in certain gaps, but didn't add much to enjoying the movie.
Disturbing. This is a disturbed individual.
It was kind of hot, to be honest. Hans, disgusting Hans. Cut the feed now. Just end it there.
Is that
can't believe he would say that.
So my rough 80s action hero voice.
Yeah, you sound like the killer in Cruising.
I jerked off to DSP jerking off. My name's Hans. Interesting.
Hey.
that was also your Jack Nicholson impression.
No, yeah, that's my one word impression. Hey.
Erich, can you do a better Kermit the Frog than the current Kermit the Frog?
Heidi ho.
You already beat him.
That literally is better. That was so much better. Okay. All right. So Nirvana, the band, the show, it's a good movie. It's pretty good.
Everyone go out and see it while it's fucking in theaters.
Did you know, I saw that they're doing a 35 millimeter screening of this movie, and I don't see how that makes sense even a little bit, but good for them, I guess.
Is it in Small Castle?
They should have premiered it there. You think Matt Johnson would show a little respect for who gave him his career, right?
Think.
Pay your dues, Matt.
The guy that's trying to become. Am I right, LowRes?
He's got a lot of eating to do to get there. I'll say that.
A lot of jorts to wear.
Yeah. All right. Well, that has been movies for this week. Thank you for listening.